What's up? It's Tuesday, June like 23rd or something. I think this is we'll call it chapter 24. Feel good about that. I think it's around like the right number. These numbers may get out of sequence, but so interesting stuff. I can't even remember all the stuff that's going on. Yesterday though at work we had a server problem, so that's what I'll be working on today. We had a server crash. Not good. So today I'll be working on that. Shoot, I can't remember. There was something that happened. I can't remember now. There was a thing that happened in NASCAR where they found a noose on the black driver's car. Which is horrible. Okay, let's just say that. Like, I don't know what's the matter with me. Just somebody feels they have to do that, right? And the thing about this is the underlying racist machine that has been built in this country it's astounding, because it's not in your face type of racism. And since this whole George Floyd thing, it's kind of woken me up. And I don't want to say I'm woke, because I don't like that at all. I don't think those people are necessarily the best and brightest. They just want to get offended at everything is what woke is. But I mean, it's awoken me to kind of see the strings, right? To see behind the scenes. So, if you're looking at a piano and you think, oh, that guy's just pressing the key and it's making noise, like there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that's making the noise, that's making the sound, right? And the racial stuff is pretty crazy. Because what happens is you have people who I would say, for the most part aren't those, surface racist type people that are going to be in your face. Oh my goodness, white people are great. Everybody else is horrible. They're not doing that. And they're not intentionally trying to hold other people down. But it's so interesting. Because what happens is right now the focus should be on trying to help the black community, right? Let's try to right the systematic wrongs in that community. But the focus is so taken off of everything that could be going on to help them, that it's on, look what these rioters are doing. And it's like, okay, it's like, well, see, I knew those rioters would be like that, and it's like the rioters. It's not the black people. It's maybe it's that Black Lives Matter movement. They're just wrecking everything. They're they're tearing everything down. And it's like, one, are they really? They are having rallies. They are protesting, and I think, the Juneteenth just passed, which was the anniversary of the end of slavery in the United States, the documented end of slavery, right? And then the beginning of a whole new era of oppression and restriction. It's crazy. But it's laid out in such a way that it's not necessarily an us against them type of mentality, but it's a way of life versus a different way of life that people see and really don't understand, and just see it right on the surface of, well, that person's not trying, they're not working, they have the same opportunities as me. And it's like, do they really? Did they have the same opportunities for school as you did? Did they have the same home life that you did? Did their parents have the same jobs that your parents had? And it's like, just get out of your own way for a minute and just realize what's going on. Some people just get so mad and uptight, like right at the drop of a hat, because of stuff that they see. And not, it's not in a racist way, but it is kind of, just because that's been the acceptable way to oppress. It's been the acceptable way to push another culture away, push them down. And like it's so bad, because it's like there's nothing else the other culture can do, right, to change anybody's mind. And it's not that white people wouldn't be willing to do it, it's just we can't get out of our own way now because of stuff that's been built up. And it's brilliant. Like, however they started it, however they did it, however they implemented this, this thought process, just little statements here and there, probably over time, that gets, brought into families, as they're sitting around the dinner table, or, whatever, and it just gets kind of built up and built up and built up over time. And it's not an in-your-face type of, well, you need to hate these people just because they're different than you. It's not that at all. It's just distrust. It's, like they're gonna take away something that you have, that you've worked for, and it's really not that at all. It's just they want to have the same ability to work to get what you have, and it's, if we look at it that way, then it should be, okay, yeah, go ahead, take your shot, try, and, get your education, have that good family structure. Everybody should have that. Everybody should have mom and dad at home. Everybody should have, time with their family, to go sport. There's thousands of pro athletes, there's hundreds of millions of people in this country. So the likelihood that you're going to play professional sports is very, very slim. That doesn't mean kids don't want to play, that they can't compete, that they can't, get their name written in the paper, for their high school or something. And that's as big of a deal for a lot of people as anything else, and they should have that support. That can't be the end-all be-all, but it's madly frustrating, but it's just wild to see how people react. And you had standoffs in a small town in Ohio because people were worried that these rioters were going to show up and try to bust up their city, and they were right there they were ready to shut them down. They had weapons and everything else, and it's but like, do you not support somebody being able to go to school and earn a living? No, 100%. But there's a lot of things that have to change in order to get there. And I think right now we're focusing, the fight is focusing too much on names and labels, and forget all that, right? Forget it. The Masters needs to change their name, the golf tournament. Masters that's terrible. Who cares? They're the master of golf, is what it is. It's not the master of having people work for them without paying them. That's not. Quit fighting over names. Like, fight, get change. Like, get these housing rates lower. Fund the schools. You know, give people the help they need. Not worry about labor. Changing the name of the masters doesn't help anybody. All it does is make people mad, and that's what it does. That's where it is. You know, you take the fight to some off the wall level, and all of a sudden people are like, "Oh, well, we're against you now because you're against the Masters golf tournament." Frustrating. All right. Well, I hate talking in the rain, and the weather's crazy. So, take care. Stay COVID free. Later.